Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host and Pearl Dane, the one and only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Off you till 1v1 on Twin Beaches. In the north stands Sovereign, fighting here for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Setting out here with the US 45th Infantry Division here with backup from a independent tanked battalion. In the south it is Imbbe fighting for Deutschland, Germany. Setting out here with the 15th Panzergrenadier. We got Breakthrough here out of him, no Luftwaffe, no mechanized. But yes, looks like trying to go for a heavy grenadier build, which again seems to be becoming more than the norm in the current Wehrmacht metagame. Just go 3 to 4 grenadier squads, and preferably also get the officers' quarters going here. Meanwhile, double Scouts rifle, bit more conventional out of Sovereign. Less concerned about, fighting tooth and nail for every inch of territory. But in the case of the Germans, that's kind of what you got to do in the early game right now. You have to fight absolutely as bitterly as you can, it seems. So, Imbbe moving forwards here, second Grenadier Squad on the way there. As always, big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters, for the continued heroic and generous support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these videos as possible. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So, moving forward towards the center here. Deep for Sovereign, that will of course start at Veterans U1. So, first engagement. And of course, the way that Imbbe opens up does mean he's going to have less capture power. But again, he's more than willing to sacrifice that just for more finding power, because in the end, if you can't hold the ground, it doesn't really matter if you capture it, now does it? There's clearly the case, though. Interesting enough, he doesn't proceed to split up the grenadiers. He doesn't immediately have a tactical advantage, for example, here. Which does slightly... Okay, now he's moving towards North K. I was about to say that does kind of undercut the point of, going for that heavy grenadier build if they cannot support you. There you go. Jeep being caught in the crossfire of the grenadiers, except one of the squads is actually firing up. Still getting some damage done. Jeep right and closing in here. Sovereign here. Absolutely miscalculating. Also, Imbbe kind of getting lucky there with a full volley just punching through the armor there. So, a bit of mix there. Some bad decision-making by Sovereign, but also some really good luck there for Imbbe. Just every shot somehow just rolling through that RNG and just knocking out that Jeep. More rifle on the way there for Sovereign. Of course, losing the Jeep that fast represents a significant tactical blow to him. And a big win for the Germans. It's really big. And certainly, I think further just, rewards the Imbbe for his kind of opening, because if he hadn't, had 2 Grenadier squads here like he did, he would have been in a much worse spot here. And I think would not have been able to, score such a decisive early game blow. So, I'm not really surprised again we are seeing this. On a quick aside, but Relic have put out a video here recently, several days after, this video's up several days after that, though, but where they, talk about some of the battle groups they're going to release. They're going to be heavy armor focused. It's going to be in February. And, they confirm the Pershing straight up. There's even a screenshot of it. That's the closest that we get to, any actual confirmation here. The second closest is the King Tiger. They kind of hinted, showed the outline off. Obviously, very big hint. They also confirmed the V1 rocket strike back, for those who are a big fan of the V1. That's there. Which certainly has me thinking they're going to remake the Terror Commander. A bit like, Breakthrough kind of is like Blitzkrieg, remade. It seems like they kind of remaking Terror there. So, Brits going to have some from the Canadians, I believe. They mentioned shock troops. The Canadian shock troops are in the game. Fun fact. I think they're also part of the campaign there. So, also the Crocodile will be their heavy tank. There's also mention of Piats, so look forward to that. And then for the DAC, I'm guessing the Nashorn. They could throw a curveball and give us the Yak Panther, I guess. But, yeah, that's sort of my guess there. And then maybe every faction's going to also have some elite infantry go along with it. I mean, that could make sense. The Italians... Paratroopers could maybe be with the DAC, Wehrmacht, more elite paratroopers with assault rifles or something like that. Maybe, or just some other stormtroopers, I don't know. We'll have to see. 4th Grenadier Squad out for Imbbe. So yeah, he's going for that heavy tier 1 build with the officers' quarters, as mentioned there again, just pushing really hard here on the Grenadiers. Just to gain any kind of edge he can against the Americans here, tactically. And again, does seem to be part of the way the Wehrmacht metagame is swinging. Again, the MD4 did get buffed, but it's just not enough, I think, in a lot of cases for a lot of players. And so it just kind of gets pushed to the side here. Panzer going to come for Imbbe. Infantry sports in there for Sovereign. Actually, we do get the MD4 in the end. If we do get an MD4, it does tend to be at the tail end of everything else. Once you have enough infantry to actually make sure the MD42 doesn't like just, get pushed off. Meanwhile, though, as all this is happening, we do see him make good pressure in the south with another Grenadier squad heading Sovereign's fuel economy there. So this, of course, is another, shows the advantage of this kind of build. It does, again, allow you to fight more aggressive for map control, which, again, as the Wehrmacht, you absolutely need to do.
MG-42 team is ready.
And then you can bring in an MG-42 to then try and hold some of that ground. So, heavy damage there to Sovereign, and Sovereign definitely falling a bit behind there in terms of just map control. Again, losing that early Jeep really put him so far behind in the way against Imbbe here. No MP40s there, but again, there does also seem to be a sense that people just skipping them, particularly after they nerfed the veterans once. Even then, like, the MP40s can't scale very fast against the Americans. I mean, they did, I think, if I recall correctly, nerf the MP40s at some point as well. So, I mean, with these changes, I mean, MP40 Grenadiers just really are not seeing a lot of play. Aiming on weapon sports in there for Sovereign, that's definitely going to be the 30 cal, which of course got buffed, but also the opponent is going for a lot of infantry, so 30 cals will be very good for helping contain all of his infantry. Right now, the Germans here are absolutely on the field. Their jackboots can be heard stomping across there. Oh, those goddamn Germans with the goddamn jackboots. I don't think German infantry uses jackboots, Bob. What? Oh, they use cheaper boots. Oh. Captain Reinforced Ralph squad. In fact, they even stopped using, I think, sort of, they used very short boots. Can't remember the technical. But you do get something for as well. Really just feel like they kind of dropped off as well, but Imbbe there more than happy to prove me wrong and we actually get to some of that classic MP40 action. So, thumbs up to that. Thumbs up to that. But then, yeah, they still get focused down pretty hard. We do get more Germans moving in here. Half turn for Sovereign, that will definitely be the M16, try and curtail the German efforts here. Imbbe will have to go for the Pack 40, and it is likely, of course, why he went for that Panzer Grenadier Company, is to get that out. So still, strong opening here out of Imbbe. Massively, bigly opening there. German troops rushing in there. Scots being prepared for Sovereign, cancels the M16 for that, because in the end, this Scot is going to be an absolutely bigger threat than the M16. Great versus the infantry, obviously, and machine gun. And of course, also crucially, much harder to counter because A, it's faster than the M16, is more maneuverable than the M16, and also, very crucially, it's tankier than the M16. You can take many more hits out of the Pack 40 with the M16. It's 2 hits, you're gone. The Scot, I think we're looking up at like something like 4 hits you can actually take. Roughly, I mean 3 hits here, but still that's better than 2 hits. And of course, with enough veterancy, then, we are probably pushing closer to 4 hits. So, yeah. What's it actually can take from this? I keep forgetting how much damage the anti-tank can do at times. Anyways, engineers here for Sovereign.
We are losing control of a sector.
And there we go. Panzer Company there out of Imbbe. So he's going straight ahead here. On top of the Pack 40. Just running straight ahead again. Not uncommon to the Wehrmacht players do. Obviously, he's had a massively successful early game. So, of course, it makes a ton of sense to go for that. Of course, again, it does mean in case his opponent hits some hard with some Scots, it can jeopardize that. Of course, that's a massive amount of resources suddenly going to tech. That, of course, won't be like leading to anything right away, while the opponent just proceeds to like absolutely hammer away here. So you do have to be careful about these kind of things. Like, good tech rush can of course be quite impactful, but it also creates this small opening where your opponent can sort of like punish you for it if you're not prepared. And one Pack 40 may simply put not be enough here for Imbbe to like really manage this transition. So again, I see what he's doing, but it's also not without risk. So we can see that now Sovereign is pushing hard back. You do get the BR rating on the way as well there, so that's obviously going to be even harder pushback there against Imbbe and the 15th. Smoke deployed there. I'm guessing it's a cover gun like anything here. Grenadiers pack flanking. A good flank actually there by Imbbe. Of course, again, doesn't matter too much against Scott again. Can easily take 2 more hits here before it goes down. So there's a lot more room for margin. And again, as mentioned, it is notably more mobile. Which is why the Scott can be, so powerful. And again, it's why it's so popular. It's not just that it's good at like dealing with infantry support weapons. It can be significantly difficult to counter in the right hands, and certainly on the right map, in particular on 1v1 maps. it can be really difficult to get rid of if the opponent knows what he's doing. And there you go, Pack 40 caught in a bad spot. And this again is the aforementioned, like, you know, danger moment here for Imbbe. Like, again, he has teched up, but he can't, like, do anything with it right away. And meanwhile, he might lose his pack here briefly, lose to the Scot here, which of course means Modus Front is also in danger. Quick save here for the merge, good work there by Imbbe. We can see more of the map now becoming staunchly American and democratic. Sovereign there, of course, following up with more riflemen, and we get some Starstorm for Imbbe, of course, pushing him into the 5-squad territory, but also crucially just getting some more elite infantry to try and tackle the barred-up riflemen. Because the MP40 Grenadiers will definitely struggle with them, particularly again after the aforementioned veterans who won nerf. They really are not in a great spot there a good deal of the time, unless again they have significantly more health than the riflemen. And there goes second squad up. So again, Imbbe here just, you know, basically just trying to beat Sovereign over the head as much as possible. Sovereign trying to beat him over the head as much as possible there with the Scots, because again they're definitely his best way of generating any advantage against the Germans right now.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
So of course Imbbe's going to need some tanks like significantly hunted down. Meanwhile up north here we got a lone scout team here spotted by the Germans, who are of course not happy with the Americans there. We got the Starstorm on the move.
Blitzkrieg tactics are available for vehicle
Blitzkrieg tactics. Breakthrough activated as well there, thumbs up. I don't know why the guy with the MG42 is leading the squad. Really wouldn't want the MG42 gun to be like the first guy to get shot.
Confirmed. Enemy has 300 points left.
Oh well. Scots moving in, engaging the Grenadiers. Mortars on the way there for Sovereign. Of course, up give the support weapons, pass off one of the Scots, but not the one with any actual damage. And there go Grenadiers somehow surviving without any casualties. There is some incredible luck there for Imbbe and the Germans. And of course the individual Grenadiers that somehow none of them, you know, got splattered out across the ground. Starstorm here though, being gunned down. Heavy machine gun fire. We get a blend cover there, flushing out the Amerikaner. MG42 in trouble here. The pack also suddenly a bit exposed here, though still need to get these Scots fixed up. I feel like here Sovereign is playing a bit of a high stakes game there, asking for trouble. And we got Imbbe there with the Panther on the way there. Pack there being hunted down by the Scots and the 75mm howitzers. There you go, Panzerkampfwagen for ready to support the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division, which while fighting in Italy would roughly around 1944, late 1944 be shifted towards the Western Front, take part in Unternehmen Herbstleben, here the Ardennes assault. Dawson is the rifleman. Victory points wise, we don't see that so far. Imbbe's got a big lead over his opponent, but casualty-wise, Sovereign, while certainly initially having some issues, is definitely able to catch up with the Americans, in part again due to the double Scots. And we got a half-track on the way here. That's going to be an anti-tank half-track than he's planning, because he can't call an anti-tank gun. It doesn't have the tank depot, so like the anti-tank half-track is basically his best bet to like have something mobile at any pace to like catch the Panther or deal with it. Definitely a bit of surprise. Scouts though, forgotten, wiped. Thing is that they retrieve the course through the popular smoke grenade because that's the ability to pick for them. That's definitely their Sovereign, I think, being overtaxed, allowing he Imbbe a pretty good hit. Mine's going off Panther 4, though dodging it. There you go. Anti-tank half-track expected here for Sovereign. May want to deploy smoke actually to cover the retreating rifleman, but I think Sovereign is just too caught up in the withdrawal here to actually consider the smoke screen here. But in this case, turns out he doesn't need it. It's a really good push here by Imbbe. Definitely catching a flummoxed and unsettled Sovereign. Push for the cutoff point thwarted. Grenadiers being mauled by the double Scots. Anti-tank half-track waiting for the right time to unveil itself. And there goes strike the Panzer 4. Scots there keeping a bit more distance. They're calling the machine gun. Suddenly we see here that Imbbe might actually overextended himself there. Trying to grab as much shelter as possible. Left his support weapons here unsupported, so if Sovereign pushes hard enough, that could do a lot of damage. He hasn't even pulled back the Pack 40. He's actually caught up in a bit of a rush here. This is a big mistake for Imbbe. Again, highlights, you do sometimes need to be careful about, like, possible counterattacks like this. But he wasn't. And with that, he loses his Pack 40. This is a big win for Sovereign. Massive seizure of German assets in the name of democracy. And we got the rifle thing, we got the grenades as well there. Or not, he's just going to go for the wipe there. Of course, if he had the grenades, that Panther 4 with extra toast there. Anti-tank half-track moving in. Target weak point. Oh dear! Batters the Panther 4 here. He didn't get the wipe on the Grenadier squad, but wow! What a turnaround here. Again, like, realizing his opponent had made a tactical error, he charged in there and completely just demolished Imbbe there. Pioneer swiped as well there. Charging in with infantry, a desperate attempt here to restore order and try not to get put up against the wall and shot by the Gestapo. Enemy forces arrive squad here. Riflemen there pushed away by the Grenadiers. Scots rolling in. And of course the Pack 40 being hauled off there. So wow, what a turnaround moment here. Imbbe suddenly significantly behind now. He can soon go for another Panther 4, but now he's going to be up against an anti-tank half-track and a Pack 40 lost there. And of course there's still the issue of the Scots just bleeding him dry. Pack being held back for healing reinforcement, and 30 cal there, slowly getting ready. We got the other Grenadiers reinforcing healing. Honestly, one thing in there, with all these Grenadiers, he shouldn't have gone for the medical station there. That's what he did go for. He didn't go for anything. No, he actually hasn't. He's relying purely on the Grenadiers, but really, he should have a medic bunker up to provide him the catch to recovery and such. And that would help, you know, minimize, you know, manpower bleed a bit. Of course, for now, Sovereign, of course, A, needs to grab as much as he can, but also make sure he doesn't overextend himself similarly to how Imbbe did it. If he can get some more victory points, that would obviously be significantly helpful. Against the Grenadiers, as soon as they get close to the center, the Scots just start bombarding. And immediately Imbbe's forced to withdraw here and give up on that. North side, another push, but again, Scots can need to be moved up to deal with that, so I imagine that's what Sovereign will do. Starstorm outgun, withdrawn. Do get another Panther 4 for Imbbe. I imagine that Imbbe is setting up for a Panther 4 here. It's going to take a bit of while to get there with the current state of affairs. Fresh Panther 4 ready there for Imbbe. And a Panzerkampfwagen 4. Meanwhile, the men of the 45th Infantry moving forwards. Smoke deployed here to cover up the cutoff point. A bit. Thumbs up there to Sovereign, really catching up now. I mean, certainly leaving Imbbe a bit awkward. Of course, the smoke hit also slightly backfires on X, allows the Grenadiers to get into the cutoff point. And even in this case, get close to the anti-tank half-track and Panther fausted. So, a bit awkward here for Sovereign, though overall, tactically it was right. It's just the execution I think needs a bit more work. You know, thumbs up nonetheless. And now we see Imbbe's been cut off from his fuel Panaro briefly, again further putting pressure on his economy. And Scots plus more just going to blast those Starstorm. And what is this? It's another half-track here out of Sovereign. It's another anti-tank half-track. What the devil? Double anti-tank half-tracks. Which would have been both in some of the US Army's first tank destroyers. Would have been half-tracks mounting anti-tank guns on the rear. They would get rid of those once the M10 was introduced and they'd send them all over to the Soviets. The British would do the same. And the Soviets would use those until the very end of the war. Some of them, in fact, would even end up in service with the Germans as they captured them from the Soviets. So there's a fun fact there. I believe the official designation was something like the Su-57 there on those anti-tank half-tracks. Yeah, Grenadiers, easy pickings here for the Scots. He needs to get rid of them. And of course, with two anti-tank half-tracks about, that's going to be a bit tougher here for Imbbe to manage. That, well, more tanks. You know, push for the cover third count. South here, Starstorm Grenadiers pushing forwards well here. Ripping through here, Sovereign's southern flank. He might even be able to catch the 30 cal here. Up north, the Grenadiers in deep trouble here. And now Sovereign is overtaking here Imbbe in terms of victory points. Further complicating matters for the German army here. But there you go, we might get a wipe here. There you go. With 3 squads firing down the retreating riflemen, they do actually manage something like that. And we got the Grenadiers with the BAR. No one's picking up the BAR. Can't believe the Americans fight this as crap.
Commander, we have command points.
There you go, 30 cal in trouble. Getting hunted down here. pack there sneaking away. They're at least trying to sneak away, but with the Germans hastily in pursuit, they may not work out. Charging in there, pushing back the anti-tank half-track and anti-tank gun. This could open up for the Panther going for the Scots, and yes, that's exactly happening. Sovereign needs to disperse and put some distance between him and the Panther 4 there with the Scots, and need to get the anti-tank half-tracks up there, but he's clearly managing too much, and so is struggling to actually pull it off here. Meanwhile, anti-tank half-track got Fausted, but still too much concentration of anti-tank assets to push in the Panther 4. I'd say that is the right read there. So he's going to need some pioneers out to repair it. And we got advanced logistics here for Sovereign. Still no one's picking up that BAR. Come on, Jürgen, pick up some BAR. 9? I don't want to. Straight into mine there. Good mining course there by Sovereign. Of course, we'll need to repair all of his light vehicles. Might be needed at this point, considering he's got 2 Scots and 2 anti-tank half-tracks to get a second engineer squad to expedite repairs. Like, typically, if you got, like, you know, 4 armored units like that, or vehicles, you typically want more than 1 repair unit. So that's going to be a lot of time it's going to take to repair them. That means it's not just, you know, the engineers then spending all that time repairing it, it's then also all of that time these units are then sitting back doing nothing. That's also, I think, a crucial element. Typically, don't want to spend that much time just having units do nothing if possible. That's exactly what risks happening here with Sovereign if he's not careful. Of course, this helps out Imbbe immensely, because again, that means the Scots aren't out there hunting down his units, and the anti-tank half-tracks clearly have to play a lot more careful as well. So this is definitely very helpful for Imbbe that Sovereign then has 1 engineer squad. Once again, why you typically want more than 1 to do the job. No pioneers here for Imbbe. I don't think you should get those. I suspect that he might also be setting up for the Tiger tank next. We'll have to see. But he's close in terms of command points. Fuel-wise, he's not too far away either. The big issue at this stage is actually for Imbbe just, you know, manpower. Again, this is also where having a medic bunker would help a bit. Scott's heading southwards there, have most of them fixed up. But again, nobody is sitting 1 half repair there. Obviously, not without risk. And now we've seen it leaving the anti-tank half-tracks and the anti-tank gun kind of unsupported, except for the 30 cal here. We see the Stars from the Stars Assault they're moving in to actually deal with that issue. So here, Sovereign is kind of making the same mistake they did. There we go. Grenade assault on the 30 cal here. Yeah, there's a good chance of wiping unless Sovereign gets incredibly lucky, and he does not. And going forward into cal, because be careful around all these anti-tank half-tracks. There you go. A lot of damage inflicted in a very short time. Grenadiers getting mauled by the Scots. Mega around 30 cal needs to retreat here. Ralph's on the flank. Starsum pushing the MD42 to its very limits. Keep firing until you have to do a barrel change. Oh, scheiße. I don't have the animation requisite yet. What? Never mind. And he's almost getting tight with the Scots here. Brutal fight, but that was definitely a small one here for Imbbe. And now we got Sovereign here with an EC8. Brad Pitt has arrived. Plus, well, I guess that second engineer squad. So he does get them there. We do also finally get some pioneers for him, but he also has the Tiger tank on lock there.
Pioneers standing by.
254, 267. EC8 democratically rolling forwards. Of course, the Scots in heavy need of repairs. Then he's catching Ralph's squad here.
Victory point lost.
Back a bit of quiet. Mortis, EC8 on the move. And of course, the EC8 does present a big problem here for him because he's, again, only got 1 Panther 4 to deal with it. No anti-tank guns at the moment. And he's setting up for the Tiger tank. And of course, once he gets to the Tiger tank, he should be able to threaten that. And of course, with 2 anti-tank half-tracks and the anti-tank gun, and the anti-tank half-tracks having target weak point, He does also need to be careful with his Tiger tank, and that thing's going to get shut down very fast. Interesting dispositioning. He's got the anti-tank half-decks all down south, meaning if something happens up north, he won't be able to succeed. Okay, there we go. He's moving in there, probably anticipating something would happen there. Imbbe, about a minute away, a bit under that, from the Tiger tank. The Tigre. You see it sneaking in. Panther 4 withdrawing. Imbbe is clearly a bit careful. Part of this is, of course, he does want that Tiger tank out. And so he's not going to likely seek out engagements if he can avoid it until he has the Tiger tank out. And if you actually did see the Pioneers grab a BAR, probably because they can't get more weapons. Okay, Fritz, pickups at BAR. Why do I have to? Because we're Pioneers and we don't get anything else. Now they have some Minesweeper, apparently. Oh, yeah, I see the issue. Sounds like some mines might be laid up here. And there you go, finding up north. Tiger tank has arrived. The Tiger is here. Starswing in the waist. Panther 4 engaging against the Scotty. Artillery called in here. Anti-tank half-decks and ECA on the flank. Panther first off there.
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
There you go, support from the 5 and 8th Schwere Panzerabteilung. Oberleutnant Wilhelm Meyer there moving in. Pioneers, the Pioneers popping up. We got mines coming up the road here. Panther 4 linking up with the Tiger. Lightning's going to push straight ahead. Straight into the EC8 here. Brat, Pitts tank, slammed to the side there. Anti-tank on the front. Cover the flank. Pioneers wiped out. Oh, that's not the Pioneers. I think it was a Grenadiers squad instead then. And there you go. White Fossers and Target bit on the Tiger tank. Definitely making things tougher for the crew. Easy hit almost knocked out. Rushing with a half tank seems pretty risky, if anything, for Sovereign, but at the same time, he clearly wants to be can't knock something out. But it's a sort of over-eagerness that could cost him. And there you go, Pack 40. Caught in a German counterattack here, exactly as that happens. Got it with the Tiger tank and the Grenadiers finishing off there. That's a big win there, tactically, for Imbbe. And we might see the Scotty go down to the Pack 40. Yes! Scott down. Massive blow here to Sovereign. That is a big win there for Imbbe.
Commandant, you have command point.
And we get another significant turnaround here. Meanwhile, Rascal counterattack. Good to see the Pack 40 regained here. I don't think we'll be able to finish off the Tiger tank with it unless something wild happens. Oh, never mind. Tiger tank scores a brilliant hit here. We might even see a wipe here on Sovereign's Rifleman now. Close though. Half-check's being rushed in there just to destroy the Pack 40 there, denying it to the Germans. And the Stossman actually managed to keep fetching 3 million. They get to throw grenades for free. Thumbs up to that. And they also get some health bonuses. They become a fair bit tankier there. Also weapon accuracy, which of course been particularly going to bit with the MD42. That's it, they need healing. Doesn't matter how much more extra health you have, if their health total is next to nothing. So we'll have to see what Sovereign does next, but I'm guessing he's just going to call in another EC8 if anything. Machine gun wipe, that's a good hit there for Sovereign. And anti-tank and they're not crewed, instead Titan's their band, meaning theoretically Sovereign could recapture it. White Frost on the Tiger tank. Tiger though does reach Regency 2 here. And the counter-attack is underway again here from Imbbe, charging forwards. Panther-fast in the anti-tank half-tank in. Could the Pack 40 finish it off here? Maybe. Even merging in. There we go. Anti-tank half-tank down. Another stinger blow here to the 45th Infantry Division. It's the thick smell of burning motor oil. And singed steel hits the nostrils. Second easy hit out here for Sovereign. The Tiger tank, they need repairs. Panther 4 finally almost fixed up. The Pioneers having done what they can, except because of those massive scorch marks. 254 is 258. EC8 then Brat Pit, of course, in need of repairs. There you go. Starts from China 40, immediately taking a loss there. Wow, even with the healing. That's some incredible luck there, the Americans.
We have the advantage. Push in.
There you go, Germans overtaking the Americans in terms of victory points. Casualty-wise, it's fairly close there. The small lead for the Americans in infantry. German-wise, it's a bit more on the armor edge there. And there you go, we're capturing the 30 cal. Still one BAR left behind there. Fixing up the Tiger. Get reinforcing healing. There you go, Easy takes a striking hit to the side there. Ruining Sergeant Pratt pits their martini lunch. Also how he got the martinis to the front line. Don't ask questions. There's the captain, and there goes striking in there, sensing the weakness there. Sovereign charges Imbbe's lines. Pack crews running for cover, machine crews running even harder for safety. As the EC charge in there, almost got the Pack crew Tiger tank on the move. Panda 4 is up north, and there you go, Pack wipe. And now Sovereign sets about destroying this dangerous piece of German technology. He's being hammered there, go Tiger tank strikes. Panda 5 sort of going off, scatter shot, but there you go, one engine there, kaput almost entirely. Engineer's about to get wiped out, Pioneer's charging in. Holy smokes, he tried to repair it while moving, which of course means, and this is like a bit of a weird thing, but units that have the order to repair and are close enough to the vehicle will be counted as repairing it. So they take the damage bonus in a sense. They do not repair it, but they count it as sort of being in that repair state. And so that Tiger just utterly obliterated them. Massive blow there to Sovereign. Huge. EC8 charging the Brat Pit on the move, but we see here though, Imbbe might have underestimated Sovereign's tenacity, his love for democracy and freedom. Maybe not. As Brat Pit is flung out of the tank by his stunt crews before the fires of the EC8 consume them.
The enemy falters. They are down.
Aggressively fueled by that spilled martini lunch. So that is a big development here. Like Sovereign before, sort of like, you know, okay after that previous turnaround, but now he's in a really dangerous state. He's lost both of his EC8s. He's lost most of his engineers. Like, he doesn't have nearly as much then. Meanwhile, Imbbe's like holding on decently still. Crucially, he has an ace Tiger tank, meaning of course that veteran 3 bonus. It's got a pretty good rate of fire now, amongst other things. And the Panda 4's like veteran 3 as well there. Going for the anti-tank half-tracks here, might have been Imbbe. They're getting a bit overconfident. Yep. Helps undercut some of Imbbe's previous advantage there by doing that. I get why he did it, but in the end, it did cost him. And he just waited for the Tiger tank. I think, you know, this would have been much more easily done with, but instead, he's now giving Sovereign more breathing room. We'll have to see what happens next. Interesting if he goes for this mechanized assault group ability there. Spanning can just train the Starstorm. Oh well, and we got a recovery tank here out of Sovereign, the M31. Helps repairs and of course also helps recover some of the stuff, though. I don't think he'd recover any of these seats, but he could recover the Panther 4. I mean, he could try and recover that, but I'd say his chances of making that work are slim. Panther 4 he can definitely make work.
Sector now under enemy control.
There you go, getting to work fixing that up.
Our adversary is
Bit of quiet here as both sides reorganizing, rebuilding their forces. In the case of Sovereign conducting tank magic. Ravner being heavily engaged, Tiger slowly inching forwards. Obviously, they're being probably a bit careful around those anti-tank half-tracks and the target weak point. There you go, Panda 4 fixed up. It's alive! It's alive! Shut up, Bob. Okay, he's moved to the hill here. Bring in the engineers. Back here, rifle lining up. $240 on 99. Got one machining team current at the southern victory point in case of any sort of cheeky rushes for that. What will Imbbe go for next? Another Panther 4, most likely. There you go. Sovereign's Panther 4 is ready to support the US Armored Forces of Democracy here. The arsenal of steely freedom and liberty.
We're ready. This territory is ours. Come on, guys.
Tiger withdrawing a bit here. Very quiet now. Partly because, again, you know, both players kind of like, you know, things are a bit in the edge for various reasons. For him, because he knows he's sort of ahead, but at the same time makes a mistake. This game could quickly turn against his favor once more. And Sovereign knows he needs to, like, wait for the right time, at least find an opening to the next exploit against Imbbe. So they're sort of both in a sort of pensive state, but for various reasons. Like, Imbbe obviously just wants to deliver that finishing blow, but again, he also just doesn't want to, like, throw stuff away. There you go, Granny's charging in there. In the end, he still tries to, like, you know, find an opening. Or sees that his opponent recovered his Panzer 4 as well. Probably sort of a bit horrified. And one catching the ground easy by the Western victory point, striking hard there. While the Americans wouldn't make that heavy use of German equipment during the war, there would still be some usage here and there for various reasons. Even the British did. I mean, there's a case where the British actually making use of a captured Panther tank against the Germans. I believe they call it the Cuckoo tank. Sort of meant for use as a decoy. I think the Soviets also did something similar to the Panthers, as they caught. South side of Iraq's going to move forward here. 30 cal out of the raid to meet this American attempt. We do get another easy daddy for Sovereign. So yeah, this point arguably Imbbe might be playing it a bit too carefully. We'll have to see. But of course, the Germans were pretty much during the war the biggest champions, just using enemy equipment against their enemies. They were huge on impact because the German industry just couldn't match the need, so in most cases they definitely had to rely on just captured equipment. Fun fact there. Also one of the less talked about ones, at least in most popular culture. Out of 9, see out of Imbbe. South side, we do seem to push towards here, which is not bad because see, Sovereign's really over-focusing here. So if the Imbbe attack makes some gains in the south, they could throw off Imbbe. But anyways, for Sovereign, going for the Engineers, catching that, could see a white if he's not careful. Anti-tank after positioning, grenade assault hit from the start, Storm Engineers narrowly escaping that. Panther 4 on the flank of the ECA. Grabbing that southern victory point, we do get some rifle counter-attacking. Could move the Panther 4 down to assist. But all the way, this does add a bit more pressure. They're just economic or victory points whilst here to Sovereign. Does add a bit more pressure. And we get a Pack 40 I think. I know cancels it. I mean, he could also just go for a Panther 4. Yeah, I think that'd make more sense. He could also consider the armored science skirts to make his Panther 4s just a wee bit tougher and tankier. White Foster's round, see it, and he's charging in. Yeah, I think Imbbe, like, one thing you could do is actually just charge up. You got, you know, get behind the front line here and hit him from an angle. You can, like, try a bit deeper here. Or, of course, you could swing for the southern point. But I think Imbbe needs, he could do a lot. They're good, but just striking somewhere else. And instead of just going head on there, go Panther forces something on the beaches here. Could indicate he's going to try and swing up there. So I think you should go for the armored science goods. We'll have to see what he does. More rifle there for Sovereign and the US 45th Infantry. Going south to the sea, catch rifle with the Panzer 4s. Star some assistance well there, could throw grenades in there. Tiger tank joining in. Yeah, he's swinging hard south. Basically going, okay, my opponent's taking so hard northwards. I should strike south where the other victory point is and significantly less defended. In fact, it could result in my opponent making a mistake as he pushes southwards. I could catch him then in. So, definitely I think the smarter move here by Imbbe. Thumbs up to that. I mean, you can see he's already moving down the half track somewhat there, but he's clearly also being a bit concerned about committing too hard there. Withdrawing the Tiger tank, Panther 4's also pulling back a bit here. So, he's clearly hoping his opponent's going to rush southwards and then catch him elsewhere with the Tiger, the Panther 4's. I mean, he's even got munitions for a blitzkrieg maneuver. And certainly eventually 3 Tiger tank with blitzkrieg could spit out a lot of explosions. against the enemy. There you go, pushing southwards this. Now, this could be the right time here for Imbbe to strike, if anything, with Blitzkrieg. But I don't know if he's going to do that, though, but... And of course, he has the full picture, at least a general idea what his opponent's up to, but... Right now, Blitzkrieg push would be devastating, I think, here for Sovereign. Weird. Oh, Blitzkrieg. There you go. Got one of the entertaining half-tracks. Yes, Blitzkrieg! Rushing in there. Mine hit off here on the Panda 4. Need to get the target tank moving. Good shot on the recovery tank here. Knocked out with the Panda 4. EC8 taking a smashing hit here. About to get knocked out. Almost got it. Down it goes. Massive losses here for Sovereign and the US Army. Tanks are exploding. Got an anti-tank half-track more. Another Panda 4 down. Holy smoke. Scott down as well. Massive moment here for Imbbe. That was just absolutely brutal. Just crushed Sovereign here. And a spectacular push there. 2 thumbs up. Route Squad there is about to meet its demise if he tries to grenade. I mean, he does take out the Panda 4. The problem is at this stage, sacrificing Route Squad when he's in this current position is going to be a bit hard to replace. I mean, Imbbe's got plenty of resources to call in on. You can like just go for mechanized assault group almost and just not give a toss. Doesn't do that though. That Tiger tank did some work. That did some work. Mine here. Another Panda 4 ready here, pushing for that Southern victory point. Looking pretty rough here for the US Army now. Going in with a grenade assault here. Slamming into the retreating rifleman. Tiga arriving here. Could catch Rifle on the retreat there. Decent shot, but not quite enough. Shot whiffed. Panda 4 pushing northwards. Another Panda 4 for Imbbe.
The ability is ready for use.
And apparently, well, sync error detected, huh? Either way, though, GG, game over. I think it's safe to see here the Americans lost, the Germans won. I wonder what happened here. The Corsica goes for him, but I guess that can still happen with replays from time to time. Just, you know, somewhere along the way, you know, one bit of code goes wrong and then boom. That's it. But that does happen pretty rarely. I still remember one case where, like, this is like still one of the craziest cases would happen, but basically somehow the AI kicks in and suddenly an entirely different game plays out than what was supposed to happen. But all the way, GG gamer there, brutal back and forth fight in the end though. Imbbe won out there, Sovereign made a few critical errors here and there, and Imbbe was able to, I think, exploit them. Of course, it's not like Imbbe didn't make any mistakes either, but in the end, he made few mistakes, but also I think he made some of the more right moves. Whereas Sovereign, I feel like at times played a bit too passively, again, in particular the South. That's like, you know, one of the main theaters. Then that's ultimately, I think really Imbbe won on was just playing more to the map than Sovereign did. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imbbe. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye, everyone.